welcome to another trick of the week. In this one, we're going to be looking at joining up chords, as I did then, using chromatic movement. That sounds really complicated, but it's not. Chromatic just means moving through every single note rather than picking out notes that belong in a scale. So on the ukulele, that's quite simple. It just means moving a fret at a time. What we're going to do is look at two chords that we want to move between and see if we can find a gap of 2 frets between any of the notes in the first chord and any of the notes in the second chord. That way we can use, instead of going 2 frets between those notes, we can put the one in between and make a chromatic movement. Let me show you what I mean. If I want to get from a C to a G, are any of the notes in that C chord 2 frets away from any of the notes in the G chord? Well, let's have a look. First string is the 3rd fret on the C, and the 2nd fret, no, that's just 1 fret away. That's no good. The G string, well, that doesn't move at all. That's open in both chords. The E string, well, that's open 3rd fret, so that's not 2 frets apart. What about the C string? Open 2nd fret. Bingo, we've got an open C note in the C chord and we've got a 2nd fret on the C string in our G chord. And all we're going to do is, instead of going from the open to the 2nd, we're going to put the 1st in between them, like this. And again, C, then that 1st fret note and then the G. And you can pick out that single string rather than just trying to strum the whole thing, because that might sound a little bit odd depending on which fingers you've kept down and which fingers you've taken off. But if I play C and then a single C note and then the 1st fret and then strum my G, which has got the 2nd fret in it, you'll hear that movement happening. Let's see if we can find another one. At the beginning I did G to E minor. Well, we have a G and that's got the 2nd fret on the C string, and our E minor chord has the 4th fret on the C string. So I can move that note up via the 3rd fret. And of course, if I was going from E minor to G, I could do it the other way. Here's another one. Let's get from C to F. In our C chord, we have an open G string. And in an F, we have the 2nd fret of the G string. So that's one we can do this with. We can go via the 1st fret. C, then the 1st fret of our G string, and then our C chord, which has the 2nd fret of the G string in it. If you're strumming, then you can kind of just break out of your strum and use your thumb to play that one note like this. If you're finger picking, no need to. See how it really dresses up a simple chord sequence, and it's a very good way of starting to turn your repetitive finger picking into something that sounds like you're playing an arrangement. All I'm really doing there is playing a regular finger picking pattern and occasionally breaking out of it and then going back into it again. And it really starts to make it sound like I'm playing something a lot more complicated than I really am. So have a look at some of the songs you play and see if you can find adjoining chords that have got notes somewhere in there 2 frets apart, and add that note in between them to make a nice little run between chords. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.